Today, as usual, the BJP faculty here. I'm going to ask some questions. Please cooperate with me and provide me suitable answers. सर, क्या आप बता सकते हैं, आप आदर्श ग्राम शिक्षण समिति के चेयरमैन के तौर पर यहाँ पे हैं, तो यहाँ के शिक्षण संस्थान के उद्देश्य परिदृश्य को डिफाइन करते हैं।
दृश्य परिदृश्य तो ऐसा है कि आप तो देख रहे हैं यहाँ का माहौल, वातावरण और जो हमारी सोच है। जब हमने इसका गठन किया था समिति का, तो उसी समय हमने सोचा था कि हमको बेहतरीन, कम से कम शुल्क में बेहतरीन शिक्षण संस्थान और जो एक संपूर्ण शिक्षा बच्चों को मिल सके, इस प्रकार का वातावरण यहाँ पर निर्मित करने का हमारा प्रयास चल रहा है और हम इसमें लगातार सफल भी हो रहे हैं। आज की तारीख में हम हर प्रकार के बच्चों को शिक्षा देने में सक्षम हैं। अगर कोई बच्चे की इंग्लिश बैकग्राउंड कमजोर है तो हमारे पास हिंदी माध्यम से भी बोर्ड विद्यालय है जहाँ 1000 के आसपास है और सीधी बोर्ड इंग्लिश मीडियम के भी स्टूडेंट है और सीबीएसई बोर्ड इंग्लिश मीडियम के भी स्टूडेंट है। उसी स्तर के हमारे पास बेहतरीन टीचर भी हैं और हमारे पास 3-3, 4-4 पीटीआई हैं, खेल मैदान है और पर्यावरण विभाग हमारा अलग से है जो बच्चों को इसकी शिक्षा देता है। एग्रीकल्चर विभाग हमारा है। तो इस प्रकार से संपूर्ण शिक्षा, और आने वाले समय में हम चाहते हैं कि हम बच्चों को वोकेशनल ट्रेनिंग भी दे सकें। उनको किसी न किसी एक विधा में जो नई शिक्षा नीति का एक अनिवार्य अंग भी होने जा रहा है, नहीं उसके तहत हम बच्चों को किसी भी एक फील्ड में स्किल डेवलपमेंट का भी कार्य हमारा चले। बच्चे जब यहाँ से निकले तो वो अपने उद्देश्यों को पूरा करें और एक रोजगार भी सृजित कर सकें।
तो हमारे शिक्षण समिति जो भी उद्देश्य परिदृश्य थे तो उनको परिपूर्ण करने में
बिल्कुल सफल है,
सक्षम हो पाए।
हाँ, और आगे और बेहतरीन तरीके से हम इसको हम ले जा पाएंगे।
सर, मेरा दूसरा सवाल ये था कि जैसे आपने चालू किया था ये शिक्षण संस्थान 35-25 साल पहले, तो उस समय 20वीं सदी में वो महिला शिक्षा को उतना ज़्यादा महत्व नहीं दे सकते, तो उस समय रूढ़िवादी जैसे लोग थे, तो उनसे आपने कैसे उनकी विचारधारा को बदलने में आपका क्या महत्वपूर्ण योगदान रहा? और बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ जो हमारे देश का एक नारा है, मोटो है, तो उस पर हमारा क्या योगदान रहा है शिक्षण समिति?
देखिए, इसमें हम लोगों ने तो जितना भी प्रयास किया हमने गार्जियन के साथ मीटिंग करके उनको बताना कि आप लड़कियों को स्कूल भेजिए। हमारे टीचर डोर टू डोर सर्वे करते थे और समझा बुझा करके, जैसे बच्चे 8वीं तक लड़कियां पढ़ करके ड्रॉप आउट हो जाती थी,
मतलब तो आगे जाके
उनको भी हमने प्रयास करके, अब तो स्थिति ये है कि 55% लड़कियां हैं तो 45% लड़के हैं। इसके लिए मैं मानता हूं कि हमारे देश के सभी सरकारें, विशेष करके 10-15 साल में जो नरेंद्र मोदी जी हमारे प्रधानमंत्री हैं, जिन्होंने जिस तरीके से महिला योजनाओं को लागू की और महिलाओं को शिक्षित करने के लिए उन्होंने जिस प्रकार से लगातार एक नारा दिया और उनकी एक अपनी अपील है जिनकी बात नीचे तक जाती है और हर कोई उसको फॉलो करने को तैयार होता है, तो एक उसको मान करके चलिए एक बड़ा योगदान उनका भी है। और उसके चलते भी आज स्थिति आ गई है कि कोई भी बच्ची हमारे क्षेत्र में अशिक्षित रह जाती हो, ऐसा मुझे तो नहीं लगता।
Piyush Gupta is here, PGT faculty of the school. I am here to ask some of the questions to our head of the institution. Sir, would you like to tell us how was your journey being the head of the institution from such a long time?
Okay. Thank you, Piyush, for asking such a good question, and it is different kind of question. Actually, you wanted to ask the achievement of the institution when I became the head of the institution as the principal officer in IISER. Before that, I would like to tell some other things. The journey of the institution when we started from the 1919 after completing the 35 years around the world. The institution was really the center of education from here and then Jordan other was not able to create. Only the government institution were there and the parents did not have any other options. So there was Vijay Kumar Agrawal, Bhai Patel and Saukila Siddhar and other Gulab Chand and other respective members just took initiative to open the private school, same within the largest school. Earlier it was opened from the only sort of the rooms having the less capacity of the students, and gradually year by year the institution started to grow up. Consequently, it was promoted to the primary level, then next the middle level, then high school, then higher secondary. After covering the nursery to class 12 of Hindi medium institution, it took the one of the fast shape of institution, you can say. But the journey of education was not stopped. It was process of continuation, and it was proven also. And when I became the principal of this institution in 2015, I observed institution was just converted in English medium also. It was running from the nursery to the standard 7 of CGBSE. So we had the opportunity, you can say the opportunity for the both guardian and the management also to run the institution English medium and Hindi medium as well. And gradually the institution expanded and the classes which are promoted. And since CGBSE of English medium promoted to class 12, but the journey of education was not sufficient and we could not fulfill also. Then we frequently interact with the parents and parents requested and we completed the promise also. Why should we not open the dual curriculum, the CGBSE along with the CBSE also? So we started with just opening the institution and the CBSE also. And after that we completed the faculty. Complete the faculty was also not an easy task. There were several hindrances and obstacles. But anyhow, with the committee member along with the Pradhay Agrawal and Vinay Agrawal, Chairman Sri Vijay Kumar Agrawal, they took the initiative, and after that we had a team of the staff who just continuously focus and collecting all the necessary documents. And consequently, it was 2019 is the lucky year that we got the CBSE affiliation. Now, if you say, so Jindal Adarsh Namghat institution becomes one of the such institutions that not only Raigad district, even in Chhattisgarh also you can say. It has the lonely opportunity and honor to conduct both these curriculums, CGBSE English medium and Hindi medium, of course CBSE nursery to class 12 also. So we have vast speed of education according to needs and demand by the parents also. And around about 3,200 students are taking the advantage of both the curriculums. Now, consequently, we have the three buildings. You can say that the Anath building, the Chhat building, and Vidyarthi building. And we have the all three curriculums in different of the staffs. Now, you can say we have the huge faculties of the staff, around about 201 faculties serving this institution. So, it is one of the biggest, you can say, members of the family of Adarsh Bharati Shikshan Samiti. I'm proud to say that is. And the parents are also putting the faith over it. And consequently, we are giving the better education atmosphere not by just around by the Kirod Malagar, even the Raigad district also. So this is the achievement I have observed, and really it is very beneficial for the parents who are connected with the school. This is
Sir, as you said, that we have currently introduced CBSE along with the CGBSE board. So what differences do you find according to the aspect of knowledge and learning capacity in both the boards?
That is very also the continuation part of the question you can say when I was elaborating about the CBSE and CGBSE. If you see the pedagogy, actually it can be distinguished from the two of the different ways. Scholastic activity and non-scholastic activities. the design of non-scholarship, the institution has to design it and frame and make the one kind of the concept to run over the institution by sake of involving the students in different type of curriculums in the non-scholastic activity. But as per the scholastic curriculum, it is defined by the board itself. So in the CBSE, we are following the NCERT textbooks, but as CGBSE in English medium and Hindi medium, we are having the state board SCRT textbooks. But if you distinguish about the textbook, it's very nominal and slightly changed. Where the student of the CBSE, they have opportunity to just go through the wide and deep studies. But as per the CGBSE, the curriculum is based on the textbook. But whenever you just speak about the higher secondary level, in this class 11th and 12th, it has been found the curriculum of higher secondary is almost same. Means the content and pedagogy of higher secondary of class 11th and 12th, it is likely to same because teachers and we have compared the contents, it was almost same. But for difference of some other subject, you can say the EPS, then computer science, then general knowledge, reasoning, art, craft, EPS oriented, and some other curriculums. We try to design the same for all the institutions, all the students for both the boards. So basically, we just want to give the equal weightage to all the students. Secondly, by evaluation method. Actually, we have the concept to frame and design of the 4 periodic tests. It is said to be T1 test, T2 test, T3 and T4 consequently. And all the tests are equally important for all the curriculum of students. We don't distinguish whether it is for the CBSE, it is for the CGBSE. The examination pattern is almost same. So pedagogy, whatever we design, giving the activities, we giving the ceremonial activities, giving the house activities, almost all the students are getting the equal advantage. So we do not distinguish. Moreover, you can say the pedagogy which you find better for the CBSE, we try to give the advantage to CGBSE also. The curriculum, the CGBSE, it is appropriate to be implemented to CGBSE also, because we believe to give the overall performance and overall all-round development to the student also. So how it is possible? Question is that unless we design the best curriculum for upgrading the students, simply it's not be expected and it not give the commitment to promise to a student will develop entirely. But if you just design and see the level of the students and we go through the curriculum according to the tendency, behavior, IQ, so definitely all the students will getting the equal advantage. So this way I try to just balance between both the curriculums of the students, CGBSE and whether CBSE. Now the result, whatever the performance I observed in all the fields, it is upgrading equally and you can say basically equivalent. So it is honor to say that we could successfully just giving the distinguish between the CGBSE and CBSE students by giving scholastic, non-scholastic activities. So we still try to give the better environment. The sake of that is we are calling the parents also. Today we have the good opportunity. We have the PTM and the parents are rushing to us and we are just elaborating all the necessary concept which is going to elaborate and which is going to implement in this academic session. So hope the guardians will understand, not only understand, but they will cooperate also. And still the teachers are taking initiative. They are young, energetic, and you can see they're dedicated about their responsibility and duty part of the duty. And we have involved the students also for their assignment, part of the duties and other curriculum also. So these are the things which will enhance the our institution. And I'm proud to say that we are getting the 100% cooperation and guidance from the management side also. And I would like to place my great thanks to Honorable Chairman Sri Vijay Kumar Agrawal sir, Sri Pranay Agrawal sir, and other these committee members, even the teachers, the students, as well as the parents also, for giving the 100% cooperation, putting the trust and health over us, and consequently, institution becomes the one of the culminating point. This is my blessing also, and this is my expectation also.
Thank you, sir, for giving us your precious time.
Okay. Thank you very much.